On here.
We live. We live, baby.
You went live over
We
there?
live, yep.
Run the intro.
Yeah.
Long time coming. Let's have some fun, you know what I'm talking about?
Comes to you.
Curators.
When it comes to you. Tell your life's been good to me.
How we doing tonight?
Been a player, came all so easy.
Chilly out
Kept a
there,
nice
huh?
rotation. Chocolate, light skin, caramel, and Asian. But that's until I met you, baby. I swear you make me say, ooh, baby. Till I finally found you. And I'm here to astound you. Soft fingertips. Got sexy lips. The way you rock them hips. You got me feeling like crime mob, now wait and sip. Hey, baby girl, you rock them hips. Crime mob, now wait and sip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Girl, you're so delectable. Makes you incredible. And we're so relatable. Call me insatiable. When it comes to you. When it comes to you.
We live.
Call me insatiable. Cupid shot me with his best arrows. I recognize you the queen and I'm the pharaoh. And you know that I'm a rider, protector and provider. I'm a boss, baby, not a supervisor. And these are just a few of my core attributes. And I'm showing much gratitude. It's longitude and it's latitude. Soft fingertips. You got sexy lips. The way you rock the hips. You got me feeling like crime mob, now wave and sip. Hey, baby girl, you rock them hips. Crime mob, now wave and sip.
Nope.
Insatiable. Girl, you're so delectable. Makes you incredible. And we're so relatable. Call me insatiable. When it comes to you.
Hey.
When it comes to you.
Man, you know how we do.
Call me insatiable.
Kansas City music, baby.
Girl, you're so delectable.
Yeah.
Makes you incredible. And we're so
let it ride out.
relatable. Call me insatiable. When it comes to you.
Hey.
When it comes to you.
Let it build. Let it build.
Call me insatiable.
Let's go get it though.
Let it build, folks. Let it build.
You know what I'm saying? You know them people messing up my signal. They
Man.
always scrambling the real nigga signal.
Hey, they
You know what
always do
I'm saying?
that. They
You know
gonna
what I'm
always
saying?
do that.
That shit crazy.
Man, so shouts out to the viewers. We're gonna let it build up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? See what people doing out here on a Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out. You got my man Ralph in the building, Algorithm.
What's going on?
Algorithm Harton in the building.
Yeah. How did everybody enjoy their weekend? Hopefully you were safe. Hopefully you love the people who love you back and you didn't act whack. We gonna get it. Monday morning. I mean, not Monday morning. Damn, I'm tripping.
Monday night.
Hell, that rest beside them. It's definitely Monday night.
M-
Monday
M-
night, let's talk a little mess. This is the inaugural episode of the Curators podcast.
Man.
And well, really not podcast, it's Curators Live, huh? We're doing something different.
Curators Live.
Curators
man.
Live. The Curators Live. Scratch the podcast.
Yeah.
Inaugural episode, Curators Live. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna talk some real talk. We're gonna talk some comedic talk. We just gonna talk. We're gonna be black. We're gonna be black, excellent, and beautiful tonight.
Hey,
come
for
along
sure,
with us.
For sure. Black and handsome.
Yeah, damn sure.
Yeah. So shit, man, we can I mean, it ain't that many eyes on us, but fuck it. You know, we here to do a show.
Oh, man.
So
it's gonna do what it do.
It is what it is. We're gonna make it do what it do, man. They'll catch up later. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, just dealing with the algorithm, you know what I'm saying? It don't really wanna, you know, function right.
Yeah,
so yeah. Let me hit that one because he didn't turn two of them on.
The mic is on.
Yeah, mic's on.
It's all good. The curators. What is a curator? A curator is a person who has knowledge, a little bit of expertise, and is willing to go where you need to go to find out the truth about information and just about anything that people are attracted to. A person who tells you, this is where it's at, this is where it's not. This is what's acceptable to our culture, this is what's not acceptable to our culture.
Yeah.
So really that's what it's
Mike's
about.
On? Hey, nigga, just checking. Hey.
We working through the kinks.
Hey.
We working through the kinks.
Hey, you know how it be. It's just that real studio shit. Shout out to BLE Studios.
Shout out to BLE Studios.
Dave in the building.
Happy
you know what I'm
belated
saying?
birthday, my nigga. Happy belated birthday.
Yeah. Who that? Who birthday is it?
It was a bro birthday.
Nah.
It wasn't bro birthday?
That nigga Capricorn.
Oh, shit. Capricorn.
That nigga
Well, happy early birthday.
Right. I was going to say that nigga on New Year's Eve and shit. But shit, hey, shout out to all the water signs, the Scorpios. It's they time. They up right now.
Oh, yeah.
Them are partners in crime
What's the
because, you
date?
know,
What's the date?
November.
It is Scorpio season. Shout out to
October to November. Yeah. Shout out to the Scorps.
I love me some Scorpio
You know what I'm
women.
saying?
I love me some Scorpio
This
women.
nigga.
I mean, not necessarily for what you think. Scorpio women are really passionate. They loyal. They often very intelligent, brother. I done met some very intelligent Scorpios. Now, they do what they known for. That's of course. But if you're a man, you're going to appreciate the whole package. You feel me? So shout out to the Scorpios. There's some Scorpios out there I'll leave that alone.
Well, we the brother sign, so, you know, we Pisces.
Exactly.
So we keeping that water flowing.
Pisces
You know what I'm saying?
gang. Yeah, it is.
Keeping that water flowing.
The March and the February.
Yeah. Keeping that.
I'm from Black History Month.
I'm
like
from,
that.
I'm from March Madness, so it's always
That's cool though.
Yeah,
That's cool though, because
yeah.
the March and the February Pisces are the same, but we do have some distinct differences.
Yeah.
But when we come together, we collaborate.
Hey man, like water. You know what I'm
You see
saying?
it say curators, one
The
different curator than the next curators. I'm gonna go ahead and preface that. Yeah, it's red and blue. You see it's red and blue. You know what I'm saying? If you know me, Algorithim Harton, Raphael Harton from Kansas City, I don't have to say no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you know me, you know me. You don't, you don't. If you don't, you will. Or if you're a person who wants to gravitate towards something positive, something high frequency, you'll get to know me a little bit.
Right.
My brother Coniac.
Hey man, hey, you
There we
know
go.
me. I don't need no introduction. Wise King Leo X, aka the real Coniac. We got content, man. We do this.
And as you can see, the red and the blue makes a green diamond in the middle. Don't play with it. That's not for what you think it is. We the elevated mindset.
Yes,
you know?
sir.
And it's not to be over people's heads, but it's just to let you know that things can be deeper than what they typically are.
Right.
Like we're not trying to do what everybody else has done. We're not trying to say what anybody else has said. We're giving you authentic, genuine thoughts from two black men who have been here and been a part of the culture and just been a part of black life, period.
Exactly.
So we curating it. We letting you know what's good and what you need to gravitate to in our strong, well-versed opinion.
Right.
Like that.
Exactly. So just to go on in, you know what I'm saying? We could just go ahead and just slide on in on what's popping around the world. You know what I'm saying? Because we talk about local shit, but, the world's bigger than just Kansas City. So, you know what I'm saying?
Angeles.
And Los Angeles.
Let's throw that link in there because they
LA,
might not understand.
yeah. Hey, my bro from KC, but live in LA. I'm from KC. We in KC, but I've lived in Tampa. So we worldwide pretty much, you know what I'm saying, and been all over the world. So, it's just, when we putting out content, when I put out music or content or anything, I like to hit the world because a lot of times people think you just talking to people in your city directly when really, you know what I'm saying, what we putting out here is for the whole world to see.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So the whole world is bigger than just your own backyard.
And to just to elaborate just a slight bit before we get into what we get into, from Kansas City, Raphael Harton from Kansas City, Like I said, if you know me, you know me. You don't, you don't. I've been in Los Angeles for 20 years, and throughout my lifetime, I've been able to be exposed to just a lot of different things, a lot of different environments. And along the way, I picked up jewels, and I'm far from a perfect person, but I push myself to be the best version of myself at all times. So when I give you a perspective, it's a perspective based, first of all, in reality, but then it's also going to be based in love. And when I say based in love, it means I'm going to talk to you in a certain way that you're going to understand how to take the information, how to do what you want with it. I'm not trying to belittle nobody. I'm not trying to insult nobody. Never that.
Right.
We curating. We're trying to give you jewels. That's all we do. I've been in Los Angeles for 20 years. I've done a lot. I've been around a lot. I got a lot of information. Got a lot of love to share. Got a lot of info to share. So we're gonna get it. The curators.
Yeah. Exactly what he said. So we're just gonna jump it on off, man. Let's talk about this government shutdown, man. You know what I'm saying? Like in a sense of just educating people on what it is and what is holding the government from reopening. So I'm going to put it out here like this. In order for the government to agree on keeping it open, to be filibuster proof, you need in the Senate, which is in the legislative branch, because most people don't know.
You should have learned that.
You should have learned that in 7th grade.
You should pay attention.
Yeah, the Senate, the House, they in the legislative branch, but the Senate is the ones who actually write bills. So, because most of them are lawyers, So, you need 60 votes to get a bill passed through the legislature.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So 60 votes of the senators.
60.
So it's 100 senators. So you need 60 so you don't have a filibuster. So basically the 60 votes they need, they only got 53 senators that's Republican. So you need 7, or it's 2 independents. So that makes it 55. And the 2 independents said that they are going to work with the Republicans to get the government open back up. But you need 5 Democrats, only 5, to come over and say, okay, let's go ahead and open this thing back up. So we talking about how many people? 45 people who don't want to play ball, who's keeping the government locked, who's keeping it shut down, but they still getting paid.
Yeah.
So
they're getting paid.
Let's unpack this shit, man.
Let's unpack it. I mean, for the latest information, they seem to have come up with a deal now.
Yeah.
And I think the general public is not really aware of the real reasons the government shut down. The government shut down basically because there was just a difference of opinion on how to handle the budget for this country.
Right.
Money is appropriated to certain places.
Yes.
When money is appropriated, of course, it benefits a certain segment of people.
Yeah.
So there was a disagreement on which segment of people should benefit from our said
Talk
budget.
about this shit, man.
And if you really want to be honest, and I'll preface this with, I'm not on either side.
Right.
I'm not a Trump supporter by any means of the imagination, but I'm also not a Democrat. And even though we're grassroots black people.
Right.
We're grassroots black men.
Right.
We're from the hood. We grew up in the hood.
In the hood.
There are people within our community who are privy to what's really going on nationally.
Right.
We do understand politics. We, as black people, we can do it all. We can be from the hood. We can be from the suburbs. We can know politics. We can know street shit.
Yeah.
So when we speak, we're actually giving real relevant political views.
Right.
I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Democrat. I'm pro-black. I'm never going to vote for the United States president again until the United States president comes with an agenda for reparations for black people.
Oh,
I'm
man.
just throwing that out there before I say
man.
anything else. I'm just throwing that out there. You're well within your right to subscribe to any political view that you want. That's the beauty of this country. But for black people, we've been here quite a while, and we've never been given what we deserve.
Right.
And also, while not being given what we deserve, we've given other people what they don't deserve.
Yes.
We giving them our essence. We giving them our time.
Yes.
We giving them our lives.
And,
we went through so much.
And went to bat for
Now,
people.
I ain't trying to be long-winded, but as this being the opening episode
Right.
of the Curators, you need to understand the kind of talk you're going to get from us.
Right.
And like I said, it's not about we the ones who know everything, but we know something. And as black men, we have what's the word I'm looking for, brother? We have a what?
Opinion?
Not opinion. We have a duty.
A duty.
To tell y'all
to help.
what we've been through. And
Yeah.
to let you know that, hey.
And to educate y'all.
Let you know that, hey, we can get this shit together.
Yeah.
So the government was shut down because the Democrats and the Republicans couldn't decide on where the money was going to be spent, who was going to benefit the most from it. In reality, the government was shut down by the Democrats.
Yeah.
Because the Republicans are in control. Y'all lost the election. It's just what it is. That's just how the game is played.
That's
When
how the game go,
the
man.
Republicans are in control of the government right now from a numbers perspective. They have a stronger vote. The Democrats said, no, we're going to stand tall. And actually, a lot of people don't understand. They think Trump did this, Trump did that, Trump did
ain't
this.
got nothing to do
and like
with
I
it.
said, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to get a little vulgar right now. Fuck Trump.
Hey.
I don't support Trump. But the government was shut down because the Democrats refused to agree to the budget that the Republicans set forth.
Yes.
Watch King Leo.
And this is a part of the legislative branch. So I'm gonna just break it down because a lot of people don't really know or miss civics class. So you got three branches of the government.
I ain't gonna say what I was doing.
All right, yeah. What it say? Allegedly.
Ooh,
so,
I like that.
yeah.
I like that. I should say
So you got the executive branch, which is where the president is, and the vice president.
Yep.
And then you have the legislative branch, which is where all the bills, all the shit is passed.
And y'all know this.
Fault and all of that.
We just bring your mind back.
Yeah,
Y'all know
and then
this.
we got the judicial branch with all the judges and all them. So basically, if you learn anything today, stop saying Trump has got the government shut down. He don't. Trump don't control that. The legislative branch, which is the Senate and the House of Representatives, they got it shut down. And it's mainly the senators. So really, when you think about a bill that's trying to get passed and trying to be fair and trying to basically include people it should include versus letting everybody benefit from something, that's where the disconnect is. It seems like the Democrats are trying to include a lot of the illegal people who came here illegally into health care. So when the senators are like, the Republican senators are like, no, we want just American citizens to benefit from this particular, bill. And then the Democrats are like, well, no, we want everybody in it. And then they have earmarks that they want. So that's where the disconnect or the filibuster came from. So just to touch on that, we don't want to dive deep into it because we're not politicians. I'm not a Republican. I am not a Democrat, especially not a Democrat. You know what I'm saying?
But this topic is really important because let's keep it real. This really does affect Black America.
It does.
It affects all of us because there's a large portion of Black Americans who have government jobs.
Right.
We understand that. Just like on I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, they went down there to take the building over. If you remember I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, but everybody got a job and they thwarted the revolution. We understand that there's men and women, single mothers, single fathers, families that need their pay.
Right.
Like I flew out from LA. The LAX airport was a ghost town.
Man.
I walked into the terminal and it was me and the passengers. There was no one working the counters. There was no TSA. There was nothing going on. The airport was a ghost town. And as I maneuvered through the airport, I talked to a gentleman. He told me straight up, he's like, hey man, we ain't got paid in 35 days.
Damn.
So when the TSA show up, they show up. They showed up a couple hours before my flight. Got mad at me when I handed him my ID. Handed the brother my ID. He was like, man, go on in there, man. I was like, all right, brother. Last time I flew, I had to show ID. I just let you know. If shit didn't change, shit didn't change. I get to the TSA. They sitting there like this. Usually they on the screen, checking your bags, what's not in another. They like, yeah. So I say that to say, look, black people have been affected by this shutdown. And we need to be mindful that this government, this system can always work against us.
Right.
It can work against the black person at any time. Because you have to understand, this system was built off our back, but it was built to exploit us. Yeah. And with all of our people who are out of work, I do give a hand to our people because I've seen so many initiatives of our people helping each other. So we're gonna give a hand to that because that's something that people don't do. A lot of people don't do that. We don't talk about enough. We don't talk about what we did for each other enough. Because all the negativity out there are people out there who care about each other. There's black people who care for each other, and there's been a lot of food drives. There's been a lot of initiatives to help people pay their bills, and I love that for our people.
And shouts out to
we gotta champion everybody who's done that.
Everybody who's doing the food drives and everything.
Yeah, whatever name it is, you know who it is. Give them people a hand. Give them black folks a hand.
Yeah, shout out to the popper.
We're going to leave it at that.
I'm KC.
There you go.
Yeah.
I seen a video on Facebook where it was the CEO babes.
Yeah.
And old girl who got the Cheeto song that's fired in the mug. Sunday to go.
Sunday to go.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, shout
we
out.
Some Cheeto. I'm not a Cheeto. I'm not a Cheeto. I don't know. Just to let you know, I'm single, but I'm not a Cheeto. I'm a Cheeto. I'm a Dorito.
I ain't no.
You do you. You do me. I do me. You do you.
I don't know how
we do each other. We do. Shout out. What do we do? I'm a Dorito though. I'm not a Cheeto. I tell you that.
I'm a married man, so.
High five. Oh, there it is. Fist bump.
Fist bump.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So
I've been divorced a year, but I'm
not a chip.
I'm not a Cheeto.
Hey, but check game though, man. Black people, we have to understand government. You have to understand your local government, your regional government, as well as the United States as a whole, and learn who's calling the shots, who you can call, because you can call your local senators and let them know, get off that bullshit, open this government back up. Not just because the programs and stuff we want to keep going, but, we do want, like he said, people at the airport, they not getting paid, but they still kind of like forced to come to work. So we need people to, get paid so that they can work effectively and things are running efficiently. So that's really the biggest deal is people are, they work in government. They're, considered still coming to work, but ain't nobody getting paid at the end of the week or whenever they're supposed to get paid. So that's the effed up part about the whole thing. Like, these senators, these House of Representatives, they still getting the check, even though they got the government shut down. So, that's where you got to do your education. You got to do your research on who you want to represent you in that office. So that's all I got to say about it. We're going to segue.
Segue.
Yeah, we're going to segue. Because, when you talk about politics or religion, man, that thing can go real left.
Yeah, boy. We go left. We'll be talking all day, especially black folks, because we so religious, we so opinionated, and you got to love us for it, though. You got to love us for all that.
And that's the thing. Like, we love the things that we cling to, but it's all about in the year 2025. I hear a lot of people say, oh, yeah, it's Project 2025 or it's this, it's that. Like, this is the time for you to educate yourself. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And not saying you got to go to school and you got to go, do this and do that, but all the things that you do with your life, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's politics, whether it's religion, whether it's anything that you're, putting energy into, educate yourself about it so you won't feel slighted, when you actually are attending something or doing something, you got wholehearted energy that, can't nobody knock you off your square, okay, I'm confidently doing this because I've done my research. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's really
we definitely in a day and age as black people, we got to know a little bit about a lot of shit.
Yeah, a lot of shit.
If you don't know nothing about nothing, you're gonna be lost in the sauce. Man. And to keep it real, the stage of life that we're at, where most Black Americans at, we have families, we have futures that we're looking forward to. You got to know something. So let's kick it up. Let's have some fun though.
Man,
we talked about, we got that out the way. We got it out the way.
We got that out the way.
We had to talk about that
out the way.
because that's heavy on everybody's mind right now.
Yeah.
So let's have some fun.
All right. So to segue, of course, I want to go into
Where we going?
since we talking about Black people.
That's what we talking about.
You know what I'm saying? I want to go into popular culture,
Okay.
music. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Let's talk about music right now, man. Let's
go.
talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
you know the barriers to entry for Black artists when it's no barriers to entry for other artists.
You know, I like that. Let's pull it back one step and let's talk about how music used to be.
Right.
We just had the No Limit versus Cash
No
Money
Limit versus Cash Money.
which to me was groundbreaking.
Man,
a lot of
that
people
was-
have certain opinions.
that was epic.
I've heard mostly positive opinions about it.
Yeah.
For me, it
It was
just,
a win for the culture.
Man, it was so nostalgic because if you're from our era, and especially if you're from Kansas City,
Yes.
you know how impactful No Limit was.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm a No Limit soldier. If I had to pick, I'm not a Cash Money millionaire. I would be a No Limit soldier. Just if it
I'm
was
kinda
like
divided on
if
this.
you got to choose, because I don't identify. I love a lot of Cash Money music, but I identify with what life was like when Ice Cream Man came out. Like we ain't free from Kansas City, bro.
Yeah, I know.
We know what was going on in our city when the Ice Cream Man came out.
Yeah.
When Bout It came out.
See now,
When Make 'Em
like
Say came out.
Maybe I just want to be the devil's advocate
saying.
because I was with Cash Money. You know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact that the music they put out, you know what I'm saying, on a scale of
Surprise, brother.
I like No Limit.
I'm really
I'm
surprised
I'm with Master P all day. I fuck with P.
Didn't you grow up
However,
20, was it 27? Was it 27?
27.
What?
But let me hear me out though.
I apologize.
Hear me out.
I
So,
apologize.
I say divided because, you know, Cash Money came out after I was an adult.
That's true.
No Limit came out, I was a teenager, I'm in school. You know, we riding off for the fact that, remember we used to, in football, we had the little, you know what I'm saying, we had the cadence with our pads, you know, we was doing the, break them off something. So I'm always going to be, you know, with No Limit, but, and kind of what Master P said, it was a win for the culture because you got a chance to see two camps come out of a place like New Orleans, which was
the murder capital for years.
Capital for years, and it was a place where it was
to be proud of too.
It was almost to the point where they were forgotten. You know what I'm saying? Like you got hip hop and you got New York.
No Limit definitely was.
Yeah, you got New York, you got LA, you got maybe Houston, Chicago, little towns like Kansas City, maybe Denver.
No. You can't say little towns like Kansas City.
I'm not saying it in the sense of degrading us.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with
city.
you. I'm just fucking with you.
But when you looking at it on
what somebody will hear and say.
Yeah, they
somebody
will say that.
He said.
Yeah, little towns. Yeah.
You know, people actually know you.
Yeah, they do. And I'm gonna say it. We got a big city.
There you go.
However,
there you go.
However, when you pair it to a city like a Chicago or like a New York City or like a LA, you know what I'm saying, or even Houston, you know, we kind of get overshadowed because our market is not as big as those.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Philadelphia, you know what I'm saying? Washington, D.C. Those are big cities that are known. Kansas City, niggas still, like, if you saw the Breakfast Club, Charlemagne didn't know that Tech Nine came from Kansas City. Like Charlemagne, you know this.
Full of shit. How could you not know that?
You know
that's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like saying Michael Jordan didn't play for the Bulls.
Right,
like, what are you talking about?
So,
like, there's no one that, and let me, I ain't trying to throw your throat.
Go ahead.
Charlemagne, nigga, please. Stop it. Bro.
Right.
You went too joke with the young brother Funny Marco. You know, the interview to me, and I ain't trying to mess up. The interview to me went left because I kind of felt like they didn't respect the young brother.
Yeah.
And I don't know him personally, but I do love what he do.
Yeah.
I really support what he do.
Shout
I
out
watch
to Funny
I
Marco.
watch everything he does. I think his brand of comedy is innovative and it's really funny. It's actually more intellectual than you think.
Right.
Because what he's doing is he's just being a simple contrarian.
Right.
He's basically telling you he don't give a fuck about what you're talking about
or
while
who you are
in the middle of what you're saying.
For real.
And Kansas City,
they
brother.
did, man.
They platform is they platform. They got the biggest, hip hop media, whatever you want to call it, platform, and they can do what they want to do.
They can.
But I don't. Anytime somebody treat anybody from my city a certain way, I'm going to feel a certain way. I don't care how long I've been in LA. In LA, people know me as that nigga from Kansas City who been in LA for a long time, and we fuck with him.
Right.
So I don't like that.
So back to my point. I
apologize.
When it comes to a place like New Orleans, where it was a smaller city, a smaller hub, you got two big camps coming out of there. So for them to recognize them on that type of stage, that was epic. That was for the culture. You got Baby and Cash Money. You got Master P and No Limit.
Two black owned.
Two black owned independent labels.
Two most prominent.
Most prominent in a time where most people were signing with major labels. Master P was independent in the 90s. Came out, $100 million. Baby, they made money, 30, 40, 50 million before he went with Universal. So we talking about black excellence.
Let's applaud. Let's remember to applaud. That. No matter who may disagree with what, let's remember to applaud that.
Exactly. Applaud everybody, because when it's all said and done, everybody knows that it's more cities in America than Atlanta, New York, LA, Chicago, Houston. Of course, before you come through, the gateway to the West was always Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? Even when they had Route 66. You know what I'm saying? So Kansas City's always going to be a big city. It's just when I said earlier, small town, no disrespect to my town, because this is where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, to those that look at it as, we don't really know nobody from there. You know what I'm saying? People from here. Don Cheadle's from here. You know what I'm saying? Shit, what's her name? The girl from Kansas, KCK. The singer Janelle Monáe is from here. You know what I'm saying?
We've made our mark, whether people
Eddie
recognize
Griffin
it or not.
here.
We don't have to prove that.
Jody Watley is from here.
One thing I wish that, and for me, as you know, if people who actually know me personally, I left the city on a regular basis a long time ago.
Right. So
the change in whatever you may see in Kansas City as what it is today, for me, and this is just me, I still see Kansas City the way it was when I was a young man. My friends, my family, my people. I still see Kansas City when it was, and not to say it's changed, because I don't know that it's changed. People say that it's changed. People say there's so many negative perspectives on our city. But when I come to the city, I'm bringing that energy of when we used to actually love each other and get along. And if you had disagreements, you boxed it out. Or an older person or OG handled it for you. It was conversation. There, it's always been, Kansas City's always been active. We have an active street culture, That's nothing you can shy away from. The black on black thing, we've always had that. But when we grew up in the 90s, it wasn't what it is. So when I come back to Kansas City, I still see everybody the way you were when you were innocent. So that's why my level of love for the city is still deep.
So a little naive, maybe.
I wouldn't say naive. I would say it's more nostalgic. Because I don't have to be in everybody's business. I don't need to know what you've been doing for the last 10 years or whatever. I just need to look at you and reflect love from when I knew you as a good person. We all go through struggles and strife through life. But when I see my people, I see my family, I see the people that I grew up with. When you see me, people feel the love. You know what I'm saying? People feel that love, and that's just how it is.
Man, exactly. And man, while we speaking love, shout out to the viewers. My wife's watching. I see you.
There you go.
Shout out to Auntie. I see you. Jerome Rome in the building. I see you, man.
Rome, my nigga.
Yeah.
My nigga.
Townsend. I see you, man.
Fly nigga. Fly nigga. Let's talk about it. One of the flyers.
Who, Jerome?
One of the flyest niggas in school, bro.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
Niggas really, like, you might not think we did wrong, but niggas really used to be like, hey, this nigga fly, this nigga sharp as a motherfucker. You know, it didn't make me change my style because I didn't want to copy you.
Right,
but you was a fly nigga, bro. You still a fly nigga. You a fly nigga, bro.
From day one.
Give niggas their flowers.
Yeah, you got to, man, because, you know, what it is we saw Jerome wearing the dress up.
Yeah.
You know, OG wear.
What you would call business casual.
In high school, yeah.
What you would call business casual now.
When we trying to figure out.
In the 8th grade, 9th grade.
What we buying, the Jordans or the Penny Hardaways. You know what I'm saying? This nigga coming in with the Stacey Adams
Stacey's
on.
with the button up, nigga,
grown
sharp
up
to the motherfucker. Nigga couldn't say nothing about that nigga. He be like,
now you could, man.
You were like, damn, this nigga, here he go again.
Man, yeah. Every day with
that nigga roll.
And we grew to appreciate it because as you get older, you know, you have to evolve into being an adult, you know, and then once you become a man, you understand that, you know, the jeans, the T-shirts, the baseball caps, at times you got to hang that shit up. Yep. Bring out the dobs,
you gotta diversify.
You know what I'm saying? The nice silk shirts or the, you know, polyester brims or whatever.
And to add to that, our era respected individuality.
We did.
We'll leave it at that.
We did.
Back when we grew up, you couldn't sound the same, you couldn't look the same. Everybody wanted to be different because everybody wanted their own identity so you could be respected for yourself. So you didn't want to be a part of a group like that,
right?
As far as your style.
So saying that, what do you feel, or how do you feel about this cookie cutter type of style that they're pushing now?
Man,
skinny jeans.
Look.
Let's talk about it.
When people outside of your community dictate to you how you should operate, how you should move, how you should look, how you should sound, there's an agenda behind it.
Right.
You know, corporations generate trends within our communities.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So when you say cookie cutter, everybody has to look the same. Everybody has to sound the same. We're the curators. We're going to talk deeply in music on this live show. So everybody's music has to sound the same. And we all know that's by design.
That is by design.
There's people who understand that in order to stop us from growing, they have to have their hands in our culture, so that we don't define our culture in a way that benefits us and pushes us to a higher frequency, a higher vibration, and really to greatness. Yeah. So they're constantly at war with us. They're constantly trying to tell us who we should be as black people when we are the black ones.
Right.
So this cookie cutter thing, it's all a game. They push crime into our music. They push misogyny into our music. Not to say that we weren't wild, but okay. You can be, I know people who go to church who still have kids. So they still fucking, right?
Right.
So you can love God and love having sex too.
Right.
You can love your brother and your sister, but you can also love whooping somebody's ass who did something wrong to you and deserve to be held accountable.
Right.
So we gotta understand that when people push us into a box, we can't stay in that box. We got to fight out that box.
You got to fight out the box, man. And if you didn't learn nothing from that, when we talk about black culture, and it's not so much as saying we're black because that's our color, but it's more of just the culture itself. We can't define it no other way. They done took away the identity of the indigenous people of America. Who are from here. Some of us came on the boat. Some of us was already here. So it's all a mixture at this point. We don't know unless you do your real genealogy. Nobody was alive when a great-great-grandmother was alive to know. So, and then at some point, your great-grandparents wouldn't, you know, drop anything on you because... You know, it's almost like asking me about a history that was torture, you know, or, you know, something I want to forget. You know, there goes, you know, the baton. you don't get that because people don't really want to talk about their past because it's, what they call it. It's another word they use for it, but I'll come up with it in a minute. You know what I'm saying? give me a second or two to come up with it. But it's almost like you have to understand where you at to know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? So where we going as a culture is we need to bring back that nostalgic feel of how it was when we grew up so that we can raise our kids in a better environment, a better society, so that they don't feel those pressures of trying to be like this person or do the things that that person is doing. And it gets so watered down to the point to where the cookie cutter feel, you looking at 12 boys and they all look like, NLE Chopper. You know what I'm saying?
And to add to that, there's a lot of changes that we're going to make as people, because when you look at the progression of black people, we've all, no matter what you may see, no matter what you may think, black people have always pushed for greatness, even now. And we need to also highlight those of us who are pushing for excellence.
Right.
Those parents out there who pushing their children in the right direction, those business people who are handling business properly, not always highlighting when a black business doesn't do something correctly.
Right.
We need to highlight the multiple ones, more than the ones that's doing bad, the ones that's doing right.
Good. Yeah.
We need to highlight the people, the women in our community who are really stand-up women and doing what black women need to do. The men, we don't talk about our wins enough. We talk about our L's because that's what the world appreciates from us.
Right.
The world wants to see you lose, black people.
Yeah.
So that's why they push into your culture and into your music, into your movies, you losing.
Right.
You getting a foot in your motherfucking ass.
Right.
But they don't want to see you talk about how you came up, how you made $1 out of 15 cents.
Right.
As my nigga Humpty Hump, or was it Shock G?
It was Shock G. It was both of them.
It could have been both of them.
Shock G was Humpty Hump.
But there you go, that double entendre. Any motherfucker way.
So
what I'm saying is,
watch somebody go, but like,
in order to change our vibration, to change our frequency, to change our reality, we have to stop speaking. Like, we talk a lot about these things that we know now as far as spirituality and manifesting, but what comes out of your mouth, the sound that comes out of your mouth, the universe responds to. God responds to that. If you want to, and it's not a religious thing, but there is a God. God responds to that. What God is, we can argue about that all day.
Right.
What makes up God, we can argue about that all day. But we know there's a God. God responds to what comes out of your mouth and what's emanated from your soul.
Right.
So we got to start talking about the beauty of blackness.
Right.
Well, we got to talk about what we want to see and not what we've seen.
Right.
You've already seen that. That's in the past.
Right.
Manifest your future by talking about what you want to see, what you want to experience. And there's so many black people out here doing great things all over the country. This city, that city. We just don't talk about it enough. So, highlight, salute to them people.
Salute.
What we got?
Salute. So we can segue, but before we kind of delve into the next topic, just to kind of sum it up for the music per se that kind of pushes the culture. We just really, just to kind of maybe break it down to locally or regionally, just put some content out that you don't have to always put negative content out.
Exactly.
You can put some positive shit out. We talked about this earlier where you got Monica and Brandy. You know what I'm saying? They came through. They had a whole tour. They went from city to city. And these are icons that they kind of grew up with us. When they was teenagers, we was teenagers.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Now they, early 40s, we early 40s. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like that nostalgic feel of seeing them do their thing, where even when they were hot at the time, you had the media kind of pinning them against each other. Brandy versus Monica, not Brandy and Monica, or Monica and Brandy. It was always one or the other. Like, which one you want? You want this one or that one? And it's like, well, can't you have both? Can't you listen to both? Can't you enjoy both?
I mean, they enjoy both.
Exactly.
None of the predominant society's artists, actors None of that. They're never pitted against each other from a marketing perspective.
Exactly. I've never seen Christina Aguilera pitted against Britney Spears. Never seen that.
They would never do that.
Never do that. Yeah. Or Katy Perry pitted against Lady Gaga.
Or let's keep it Kansas City.
Yeah.
Katy Perry versus Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, right.
We've never seen.
You never seen that.
We've never seen Taylor Swift challenged by one of her peers.
Never seen that. So for them to do that with our culture all the time, it's always you can't have both. You got to choose a side. So I say that to say for the women that are coming up in the music industry, not to tell you what to say or what to put out, but encourage the ones that have the positive messages, the fun music. You know, we need to bring the fun back into music, and Monica and Brandy had that. Man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was Monica had a little bit of an edge, but, you know, as far as Brandy, she was considered the good girl, but she had an edge too. So the ultimate thing was they both had fun music that you can really like enjoy, you know, and play around, you know, and it's almost like, you know, if you hear a female artist now, do you want to listen to it? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, because but the content of our female artists now has been curated by someone outside of our culture.
Right.
They're pushing our women to a certain brand of music, and it was very subtle. But now it's gotten to the point where it's all out pushing you towards vulgarity.
Yeah.
And it's
Cardi
not,
B.
It's not to say that, well, when men said it, they did it. It was vulgar when niggas was doing it too.
Right.
You know?
Like
but it just, what it was, though, the only difference was there was balance amongst those male artists who were doing vulgar music.
Right.
All of the male artists didn't do vulgar music.
Right.
But now they're pushing our women into a space where they have to make a certain brand of music, or the industry at large won't do business with them. And what that does, that teaches the younger generation of females that this is what I'm appreciated for. This is what's appreciated out of my womanhood. My womanhood is defined by if I talk this way, or if I operate this way.
Right.
And that shouldn't be the case.
Man,
no matter how good of parents we're going to be, that TV and that radio, well, not the radio, I guess the internet is very strong. It has a strong effect on our children. It is,
man. And you know what's crazy is, not to even talk about Monica and Brandy, because somebody gonna say, "Oh, they R&B." When we grew up, we had Moni Love,
Queen Latifah,
you know, Queen Latifah,
Mia X, who just tore the shit apart.
Mia X was straight.
The best female rapper of all time, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
That's your opinion, okay?
My opinion.
And then we also had like Yo-Yo. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of
fine,
and you can have an edge. We're not saying that, you know, because where your upbringing is going to be who your, you know, embodiment of music is going to be.
You got to be real.
You know, you got to keep it real with yourself. But just so that people understand, you know, everybody can't talk about WAP all day. You know what I'm saying? It just like we done heard enough of that. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. No. I was gonna go to the balance. You know, we also got to have a higher. Yeah. And we also got to understand that it goes both ways. But go ahead.
Right.
I'll tag on after you finish.
Yeah, and somebody gonna say, oh, well, you know, it was cool when Snoop was doing it, you know, but it's a problem when we do it. But for Snoop Dogg, you always had a Tribe Called Quest. You always had, for AMG or DJ Quick, you had a Common Sense. You know what I'm saying? For Ice Cube, you had a Nas. Like, it was always balanced. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's just to let the musical culture evolve into what it needs to be, we got to have a balance of artists to where you're not scared to put out some positive music.
And it goes the same way for the men.
Yeah.
We can no longer keep appreciating the same type of music from our black brothers.
Right.
You know, it can't just be about killing another black man. It can't be about taking a substance into your community and destroying your community because I'm getting rich. It can't be about treating your women about less than that. Okay, that's a reality for some people.
Right.
And even though it's an extreme reality, in our community, we do have that undercurrent of just negativity. And if you've gone through it, you deserve to talk about it.
Yeah.
But when we get to the space where all of our young men have the same story. Somebody's lying.
Somebody's lying. Yeah.
Somebody's lying.
All y'all wasn't
Somebody mama
Yeah.
had them by the ear when they got in trouble.
Right.
Somebody daddy pulled up, like my pops pulled up to the
Yeah.
school, nigga making surprise show ups. I'm walking
Yeah.
down the hall, I'm looking at people, I'm kicking it, talking shit. Next thing I know, hold up.
Is that my
dad? What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is this nigga doing here? In a
Right.
goddamn army uniform.
Right.
Mind you. You know what I'm saying? So there are people still living that black experience, and our men are being pushed.
I like that.
Our young black men are being pushed to a way that they feel like in order to express themselves, they have to talk about what they're being told to talk about, and that can't happen no more.
Right.
We can't allow that no more.
And that's why I'm saying about evolution, man. Like at the end of the day, it's cool, for this person or that person to do it, but at some point, the listeners have to level up. You know what I'm saying? You as a listener, you as a follower, you as a person who is embodying this music, you have to level up and you have to say, no, I don't want to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to listen to, the drug dealer music or the wet ass pussy music or whatever that's coming out that somebody outside of our culture is telling us that's hot. Like at some point we have to be the ones policing ourselves and saying, okay, enough of this, this right here. Okay. I like this. Well, let me see what else this artist has. And just, getting into the point to where you can really, branch out and find other shit that you like, that that's not going to be detrimental to your kids, that you can't play around your kids.
Exactly. And to go real quick back to Brandy and Monica, you talking about two icons. Brandy and Monica, two icons, two black women who catalogs outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding catalogs, outstanding track record. Brandy is actually an accomplished actress. So these were the young black women at their age that was the template for the future. But clearly the industry, once they were scared of that image of black woman, because that was a real image. Those young women would have, they did develop into grown women and still making music. The industry strayed away from them because their music wasn't fitting the image they wanted for our community.
Wasn't fitting.
They wanted to establish a different standard. Then if we establish our own standards, it wouldn't be that way.
Exactly.
We're not the most disgusting people on the planet by far. We're actually the most refined.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The most educated.
We definitely are.
Especially our women. And
I notice black people, we take pride in the wins, but we don't advertise them. So, if you educated, you got a bachelor's degree, you know what I'm saying, a master's degree. If a plumber certified, a master plumber or certified general contractor.
Talk about it.
Or you somebody who's like leveled all the way up, you a doctor. Like, let's talk about them wins, man. Let's give these kids somewhere, to where they can actually see that it's realistic and they can be that. Not they always want to be the lower level or the lower vibrational shit that's pushed into our communities. You know what I'm saying? So before we stop talking about music, I wanna touch on the D'Angelo factor. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't really get a chance.
Rest in power
rest in power. We didn't really get a chance to celebrate D'Angelo when he was alive. Because a lot of times, I'm gonna keep it real. I heard people, when he came back out, he had picked up some weight. You know what I'm saying? And I heard people say, "Oh, he don't got his six pack no more." Oh, with the negative shit. And you never know what people are going through. You never know if people are sick or people are going through life. You have to just, keep it positive. You know what I'm saying? And just accept people for what they are. You know what I'm saying? But one thing you cannot say, regardless of how he looked when you seen him and you fell in love with him, or the last time you saw him, the brother put good music out. Period.
Classic music.
Period. And the brother played a lot of instruments, man.
D'Angelo to put him in his rightful position within our culture and musically, D'Angelo was a multi-talented singer, producer, instrument player, vocalist, just an all-around one in a million type of artist who, you know, an artist is fire because when they hit, they just explode immediately.
I got one for you. Pioneer.
He was a pioneer
of neo soul.
He was one of the. He definitely was.
They
one
didn't
of the
have a name for
that.
that certain type of music.
You're right about that.
They had to create the name after. But D'Angelo came out in the 90s, and if you understood, it wasn't nobody before him that had the neo soul. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't put a label on it.
Like we said before. Back during that era, individuality was appreciated.
Exactly.
So when D'Angelo came through with his own original sound, doing his own thing, he blew up like overnight.
Yeah.
Like D'Angelo really blew up overnight.
He did, man.
For real. When he dropped Lady, it was the sound was just so different. It was so raw. It was so like real nigga like. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like a real black man telling the truth and not trying to pander to women, but also not trying to seem macho to the niggas.
Right.
He was just keeping it 1,000.
Right.
You know, you're my lady.
Exactly.
Like for real. D'Angelo was a pioneer. Rest in power to the brother, man.
Rest in power.
Powerful
man.
energy.
One of the brothers who came through, made his mark, and you want to understand after the fact, you know, what type of impact he actually given us. You know what I'm saying? Without a D'Angelo, you don't have a Music Soul Child. You don't have a Raheem Devine. You don't have a Common Sense.
October
you know what
London,
I'm saying? October London.
You know?
You don't have a lot of these cats.
Anthony Hamilton.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, gotta give it up to the pioneers who came in the game, you know, did their own thing, had their own lane, and just said, hey, I'm unapologetically me. And that's the problem. We have to get down to being ourselves and not this cookie cutter that the industry or the media want us to be.
We really have to be a reflection of what the true black experience is. That's how we're going to lift ourselves up. However, no matter what position you think we're in, the best way to lift ourselves up, the only way, is to reflect the best parts of what we do.
Exactly.
And to add on an asterisk to D'Angelo.
Yeah.
He wrote one of the most impactful songs ever in music's history, Black Men United, How Will You Know?
Man.
If you from our era, and you know what? Before he passed, I listened to that song one day, and you know, growing up, it was obviously a hit. We loved it. But when you listen to the words as a grown man now, it really get emotional.
Man.
Like what he's saying.
My brother's
and then
keeper.
I saw a video where he was singing You Will Know. He wrote that song when he was like 17 years old. That's genius.
And had every...
Does anybody know the song?
Man, had everybody in R&B singing it.
When I was a young boy, I had visions of fame. They were wild and they were free, and they were back with my name. But then I grew older. He's 17. And I saw was to see that the world is full of pain, and my dreams, they left me. Do you realize how real that is for a black man? That this young man knew that at 17, that's what was going to head for him.
And
he was mirroring what he saw in his community, what black men went through. That's genius.
Very much
I had visions of fame. Come on now. They were wild and they were free. Come on now.
And to have
You Will Know.
And to have every R&B male artist at the time
genius. That's
singing
genius.
that. You talking about
that's genius.
R. Kelly. You
Brian
talking
McKnight,
about
Gerald
Brian McKnight, Gerald Levert,
After 7,
Aaron Hall,
Christopher
After 7,
Williams,
Tevin Campbell. Man, it was like everybody singing that, man. Like, shouts out, man. So
if you haven't heard You Will Know, Black Men United, go listen to it. Also, if you're not up on D'Angelo like you should be, black, white, purple, whatever you may be, go listen to the brother and listen to the rawness and the realness of his expression as a black man. It'll do your life. It'll definitely do something positive for your life.
If you like Cruising by Smokey Robinson, you'll love Cruising by D'Angelo. He put the grit on it.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? So gotta send a shout out to that brother, to his family, and his mark on R&B music will forever be remembered because you cannot take out the pieces that made our history what it is, because that's what they want you to forget. They want you to forget those artists that actually made an impact, that had a good sound, that created another sound, and then now they want to keep watering down this pop culture of what they feel should be black culture.
And they want to pass what we created
Yes.
on to other, ethnicities.
Yeah.
You got K-pop.
K-pop.
Basically Koreans, and it's nothing against Koreans, whatever.
But they studying.
They're studying us and they're taking
studying
us. But these same corporations that can put our talents on a wide, platform, they won't do it. They won't. They don't want. They're against us. They're totally against us.
That's why I said at the beginning of this whole segment is we thinking about the curators of what we're doing versus what other cultures are doing.
Who determines what it is to be black? Who determines what we
and the
should aspire to
and
be?
The barriers of entry that they tell a black artist that you have to do to get the attention of a major label. Oh, you got to have 10,000 views on your video. Oh, yeah, you need at least 1,000 subscribers. Oh, yeah, you need to be doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that. Meanwhile, they in the background putting the Billie Eilish out. You know what I'm saying? And she tried to make it seem like she was poor or, oh, I did this, I did that. Well, she's a pop artist.
Yeah, I know,
you know
she
what I'm
is.
saying?
I know she is,
But and the reason why I said her name is because when she came out, she had a lot to say about hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
She did.
She did. So I wanted to use her as an example because these are those people that they put, those industry plants that they put inside the industry to think that these people started from the grassroots when these people were already rich. You know what I'm saying? Her brother,
definitely.
Phineas, I guess that's his name, was already a music producer. Made on a major label. So for her to run around here and act like she had a hard upbringing and, it was rough for her to get into the music industry, to do stuff that she was trying to do, like, stop bullshitting us. You know what I'm saying? But they do that to us to make it seem like everybody's grassroots that becomes a superstar when that's not it. You know what I'm saying? But with black people, I want y'all to understand you got to quit fighting each other.
There it is.
Because we're on the same level.
We can't curate our culture if we keep disagreeing about petty shit.
Right.
We can't define the future for ourselves if we keep looking at each other as competition instead of collaborators.
Collaboration.
The curator is all about black collaboration.
Man.
And if you down with us, if you down with black folks, collaborate with us. Don't hate on us.
Right.
Don't steal from us.
Right.
Like in LA, man, so much has been stolen from black people. It just doesn't make any sense.
I already know. Like
they steal our culture, they steal our swag, and then they try to be in front of us doing it like we don't like. Come on, man.
Like we don't know that. Yo,
like, what are you doing?
You know what I'm saying?
Like these other races, you sing, you talk, you dance, you wear your hat a certain way. You wouldn't wear that hat. Right. And the most important thing they know they can do is steal from us is our music. Because our music is where we have the opportunity to actually be free. And we actually have the opportunity to curate reality because song and music is one of the most powerful mediums on this planet.
I got one. In the curator, the actual name itself, the core name is Cure. You know what I'm saying? So when you thinking about what we do as black people, because we are connected to the earth, we cure by default.
We've healed everybody but ourselves.
You know what I'm saying?
By
default. So black people that's doing music right now, especially in a city like Kansas City, or other urban cities across America, you know what I'm saying? Work with your fellow artists. You know what I'm saying? Try to find a common ground to, make the sound to where it's a unified front so that when you go against other cities like a New York or Atlanta or LA, then they can actually respect y'all and say, oh shit, it's like 15 different artists from KC I like. Now, you can't say, oh, I didn't know Tech Nine was from KC, or I didn't know they had that person or that person. Yeah, Charlemagne. But they would know that Kansas City has something to say, just like New Orleans has something to say, just like Houston has something to say, just like Chicago has something to say,
just like Springfield, Wichita. Right. I really truly believe this, and I don't know if we're gonna segue after this or whatever we're gonna do.
Yeah, we're gonna segue.
We running out of time. But listen, I believe every black person on the planet should make at least one album of genre music. Because you have to remember, if you're privy to who you are as a black person, your culture, what defines you, we communicate it through music. Music, like books, writing, your Bible. The way we communicated our history was through song. Right. We passed down songs and symbols to communicate the past, to communicate knowledge. So for a black person, your highest form of communicating is always going to be music.
Always.
And we've been told what music is supposed to sound like this voice sound good, that voice sound good. But really, that is to distract you from the information.
Right.
So I think every black person, I don't care who you are, if you're a woman, you're a man, you're a black woman, make an album. I want to hear it.
Put that shit out.
Put it out. Let me hear what your life been like. Because when you add your experiences to this pot of what we call blackness, we learn so much from each other. Exactly. The answer might be over there, but I never talked to them. The answer they need might be over here, but they never heard me say it. Right. I wasn't brave enough to put it on the album and say what I've been through and say what I've seen. So black folks, we should have 30 million albums dropping next year. I'm done talking about that. It ain't 30 million black folks.
Right.
It ain't 30 million black folks.
It ain't.
It might be like 5 million.
Right.
But I want 5 million debuts. 5 million debut albums next year.
Check it out.
Tell me what you like.
So to segue or to sign off, we gonna leave y'all with some more talent. Kansas City's own, myself, Coniac, the real Coniac, and my song is called Insatiable 2.0. I got a new video dropping this week. It's called Do It Big with OD Ramicide. We got some more music coming out. We're curators, you know what I'm saying, with the K and the C. Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs, the Royals, Kansas City Current. They lost, but it's okay. They made it to the they just had the soccer. Yeah, they made it where they supposed to go. They just got beat, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's still a win for the city. So in the meantime, we're going to sign off, but check us out. We will be available on Facebook, Instagram, as well as YouTube. We ain't new to this. We true to this.
And shout out to everybody who rolled with us on this first episode. We
shout out to the viewers.
I want to send a special shout out to my family. I also want to send a special shout out to the Crenshaw community. I functioned in that community for quite a while, for years. We lost our brother Nipsey, and the community is also dealing with another loss right now Nipsey. Of a young brother who was just a young black man trying to raise his child and do the right thing. Are we all perfect? Hey, who knows what perfection is today for a black man? But I want to send a special rest in power to the brother Jabari Henley, who was murdered on Halloween. Our communities have to come together. We really got to push a change and initiative, and rest in power to their brother, and just everybody pray for peace for the Crenshaw LA community, because it's really turning up right now. So that's that.
All right, man. So we're gonna go out with this song. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Where we go to?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Right here?
And also, rest in power to my cousin.
When it comes to you, when it comes to you. Tell you life's been good to me. Life's good. Being a player came all so easy. Kept a nice rotation. Chocolate, light skin, caramel, and Asian. But that's until I met you, baby. I swear you make me say, ooh, baby. Tim, I finally found you. And I'm here to astound you. Soft fingertips. Got sexy lips. The way you rock them hips. You got me feeling like crime mob, now wait to sip. Hey, baby girl, you rock them hips. Crime mob, now wait to sip. Yeah. Girl, you're so delectable. Makes you incredible. And we're so relatable. Call me insatiable. When it comes to you. When it comes to you. Call me insatiable. Cupid shot me with his best arrows. I recognize you the queen and I'm the pharaoh. And you know that I'm a rider, protector and provider. I'm a boss, baby, not a supervisor. And these are just a few of my core attributes. And I'm showing much gratitude. It's longitude and it's latitude. Soft fingertips. You got sexy lips. The way you rock them hips. You got me feeling like crime mob, now wave and sip. Hey, baby girl, you rock them hips. Oh, crime mob, now wave and sip. Insatiable. Girl, you're so delectable. Makes you incredible. And we're so relatable. Call me insatiable. When it comes to you. When it comes to you. Call me insatiable. Girl, you're so delectable. Makes you incredible. And we're so relatable. Call me insatiable. When it comes to you. When it comes to you. Call me insatiable.
Hey, Pope, what up?